My name is Leslie and welcome to my channel. So today I am gonna be doing a little story time. I've never done this before. Well, I've only made 2 videos in my lifetime for YouTube, so of course I've never done this before. But we're gonna see how it works out, and if you guys like it, please tell me down below and maybe I'll do another one. So today I thought it would be really fun to tell stories about my con-going days. It has been a little while since I've attended an anime convention, but I used to do it a lot. I was super into cosplay, super into all of that kind of stuff, and over the years, I have a lot of interesting stories. You get a lot of interesting stories out of going to cons, so I thought I would share those with you today. I am going to make myself a cup of tea before I get started with the stories, and you guys can make a cup too, and we can enjoy this together. Okay, so I just finished making my tea. It is a watermelon mint black tea from Trader Joe's. It's actually really good. I really like it. Anyway, get yourself comfortable, grab your tea. Let's get into the stories. Okay, so I first started going to cons when I was really young. And so we started going to these conventions when I was 9. My first cosplay was Haru from The Cat Returns because The Cat Returns was my favorite Ghibli film. It wasn't a great cosplay. It was like we went to a thrift store, I picked out some things that I thought would work as her little school uniform, and then my hair looked similar enough to hers, so I just added some cat ears. I only stopped going to conventions a few years ago. I'm not really sure why I stopped, but I really miss them. But so, my youngest experience was when I was 9, but my next cosplay that I say this is my first real cosplay, because it was the first cosplay that I ever, made. And it was Raven from Teen Titans. And so, any of you who know Raven, it's a leotard with a purple cloak, and then I had these, black boot heels on. And I thought I looked so cool. I was so excited about it. And I was really young, and it just didn't cross my mind that this was something that, people would view as scandalous or just, inappropriate. I wasn't sexualizing myself. I was a kid. So I was super excited about my cosplay, and so I entered it in the cosplay contest. I was standing backstage, and there was this guy, this volunteer, who was back there, telling everybody when they could go. And to give you an idea of what this volunteer was, he was literally a neckbeard. He looked like one, he had a fedora, the whole shebang. He's standing next to me, he's about to tell me to go on. And what I wanted to do on stage was I was gonna push my arms forward and say her little spell, you know, and push my arms forward, right? But the cloak was attached with Velcro, and because it was over the shoulders, if I had done that, it would make the Velcro snap off. So I learned that, okay, if I put the cloak behind me to look like a cape, I can do the little thing without it coming off. And so I was about to go on, I was putting the cloak behind me like a cape, and this guy looks over at me, and I don't remember exactly what he said. But he looks at me and says something about my figure, something about my chest, something inappropriate. I'm really not sure how I stayed calm, but I just looked up at this man because he was so much taller than me. I'm 4'11", to give you an idea. I'm extremely short, and I was even shorter then. And so I look up at this man, and I just say, "I'm 12. And the panic that came across his face. He started freaking out, and he was like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I thought you were 18 or something." When this man was clearly in his 30s, so it would have been inappropriate if I was 18. But also, I very much looked like a kid. I did not look 18. And I didn't end up really telling, like, my parents about that because I was worried I was gonna get in trouble or something. Or they were gonna spin it into, oh, you can't go to conventions anymore. But I'm just so proud of myself that I looked at this man and the only thing I said to him was, I'm 12. Proud moment. Very proud moment. I also had another encounter with this volunteer where it was the 50th anniversary of Doctor Who, and me and my sister were super excited about it, my sister more than me, and she like had a bow tie, had a fez, like the whole thing. And we went to this panel about the 50th anniversary, and Neckbeard was up on the panel talking about it, and my sister wanted to contribute to the conversation, so she raised her hand and was like, oh yeah, I hope there will be like a female doctor one day. And so he just looks at my sister and starts laughing and just goes, yeah, there's never gonna be a female doctor. He ended up getting fired from being a volunteer, which I just think is hilarious. Oh my god, I just remembered something that happened. Oh my gosh, this wasn't even on my list of stories to tell, but oh my gosh, I need to. This story happened at my first con. So 9-year-old Haru from The Cat Returns, first con. So there was a Studio Ghibli panel. And so of course me, my sister, and my dad, we had to go to the Studio Ghibli panel. And so I'm 9, my sister is 11. So we're like the youngest people in there, right? And so we go in, we're super excited, and we're all talking, and it was a fun panel. But so something my friend from elementary school had told me was that Hayao Miyazaki was dead. And like hearing this now, thinking this, of course it was a lie and it was fake. And she had just made this up, but she told me that Hayao Miyazaki was dead and that the reason Princess Mononoke was so bloody was because he died while like doing the sketches for it and blood got on the drawings. Now, hearing that, like, of course that's fake. Of course that's not real. But as a 9-year-old, not knowing anything, I was like, huh, what a cool fact. And so we go to this panel, and I didn't want to stand up to say it, so I told my sister, like, yo, tell them the fun fact that we know about Hayao Miyazaki dying. And so my sister stands up, and she's like, so I don't know if you guys know this, but when Hayao Miyazaki died, and the room just erupts with just like, what? He's not dead? And everyone freaking out. And they start yelling at us and start like going off. And the people running the panel are just like, guys, they're just kids. Like, they don't know anything. But me and my sister were so embarrassed. And I was like, oh my gosh, my friend from elementary school just totally made that up. That wasn't real. Oh my gosh, this next story is so cringy. I was cosplaying Aladdin from Maggie, mainly because a friend had given me his wig, and I was like, I'm not gonna waste a wig. And I ended up watching Maggie and was not a fan of Aladdin, but I still cosplayed him. So I was at the con, and at this specific con, they would do cosplay weddings, which was basically like, oh, a marriage of friendship, or it was very cheesy. But I really wanted to get cosplay married, and I see this guy who is cosplaying Link from Legend of Zelda, and I'm like, oh my god, I love Link. I'm gonna go ask him if he wants to get cosplay married. So I run up to him, and I'm like, hey, do you want to get cosplay married? Like, basically all it is we just say our vows and then we can like high five or hug or something. It's very like cheesy and stupid, but I want to do it. And he was in character, and so I'm saying all of this and I'm looking up at him excited, and he just goes, huh? He's like nodding, and we go put our names on the list and we do it. And everyone loved it because he was very much in character, and it was really just strange. Aladdin and Link, just very awkward, very weird, but I was in the 7th grade, it was whatever. And then I found out he was a year older than me, and we were friends for a while, and eventually we started dating. and dating, if you even want to call it that. We went to like an arcade together and we would flirt over text, and then I found out he dumped me, but said that he never really liked me. He felt bad for me. Okay, so I do have another con story, but I think I'm gonna have to dedicate a whole other video to it. It was a predicament with a karate team that performed at the cons that I went to, and it was a whole saga. I don't even know how to begin to like give a description of what happened because it was so bizarre. So I think I'm gonna have to save that for another video. And if you would like to see that, I would love to share it with you guys. It's pretty insane, and I think that's one of the reasons I don't go to cons anymore, because when it happened, my mom was kind of like, yeah, you're not doing this anymore. But now I'm an adult, I can do what I want, and so I am going to be going to a con soon, where I plan on cosplaying Retsuko from Agretzko. Maybe I will make a video on something about the cosplay, or maybe I'll make a video on the con. I'm not really sure yet. We'll just kind of see what happens. If you want to follow me on any other social media, I have linked my Instagram, my TikTok down below. I also created a Redbubble with little like stickers and different things of Bella if you're at all interested in that. I kind of made it more for me because I bought a bunch of the stickers because I was like, I want Bella on a sticker, are you kidding me? So, but it is there down below if you are interested. I also set up a Patreon that I'm still like... Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!